Okay, today, driver versus iron. What I mean by that is I get so many golfers that will say they hit their irons great but they can't hit the driver. So let's have a chat about why that might be and why that happens and the simple things you can do to rectify that so you can go forward and play better golf straight away. Okay, the driver versus iron. Is there a different swing? Consciously, no. I say that, possibly you might think of hitting up on the ball with the driver. But ideally, the setup dictates it so you won't need to think about it, and that's what I mean by consciously there's no difference. Now the clubs are different. This is heavier, this is shorter, obviously this is longer and lighter. If we look at the difference here, the lie angle of the clubs are different, so the handle on this, it's relatively lower. Obviously the length of the club you can see obviously is massively different. Now the further away you are from your work, the harder it is. The closer you are to something, the easier it is. There's more loft on this club. Now the more loft means there's less side spin. There is gear effect and roll and bulge on the driver, which means the start direction of the shots is affected more by off-center hits. Obviously it's designed to help get the ball back on target, but it is going to affect it. You hit the ball for toe, it'll start more right and it'll curve more left. You hit the ball on the heel, it'll start more left and curve more right. Top of the club, higher with less backspin. Bottom of the club, lower, more backspin. So these things affect it. The biggest thing I see is when people try and set up to the driver, they do it wrong. So that's really what I want to talk about in this video. With an iron, the ball, we've got 7-9 here, the ball's in the center of the stance is even, it's pretty easy to get that right. Now when we take the driver, the ball goes forward in the stance, people then want to get their head where the ball is, that leads to the pressure getting to the lead side, that leads to the shoulders getting very level, it also leads to the shoulders wanting to get open again to see the ball. So let's not think of a driver as being a driver, let's think of a driver as being a mid-iron. So take a stance, forget where the ball is, put the club bang in the center of your stance, put your weight exactly as you would do a 7-iron. Then what I want you to do from there is just knock the club forward a few inches. You can leave it a few inches behind the golf ball, but don't change your pressure, don't change your head position, don't change your shoulders. If need be, trail hand on the back leg, on the trail leg. Keep it there as long as you can. Now, ideally, we'd want to put a bit of pressure on the trail side. So let's load the pressure on the lead side by about 3 to 4, 5%. Keep in this position here. Club's 1 or 2 inches behind the golf ball. And then from there, go ahead and make your swing as you would do normally. The only other thing I would think about consciously would be maybe trying to be a bit more patient. Don't try and chase forward with your shoulders. Be a bit more patient. Now again, this should happen naturally. Because the ball's more forward and your centre of mass is more back, as you push off the ground, you are going to be pushing backwards more than forward more with the iron. Now I'm quite happy with a short iron for your weight to be on the lead side at address and with the driver trail side at address and everything in between to be pretty even. But again, you don't have to do that to play great golf. All I would try and do is have it in your head set up with the ball in the centre of your stance, as in the club, and have the ball teed forward, but have your body, your shapes, everything as if the ball is in the center, and ignore that it's forward. And just move it a few inches forward, then the club head before you pull the trigger, but keep your body and your pressure and your shoulder alignment as if it's in the center. That's the key to being a great driver of the golf ball. So I hope you've enjoyed that quick video on, why you can hit your irons great, but driver not so great. Ultimately it's all to do with angle of attack, and angle of attack is caused by the set of things we talked about today. So we ideally want to hit the ball from the inside and hit it on the way up to hit the driver successfully. That's the best way or most productive way to hit a driver. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and share. Also, please post any questions, comments or feedback down below. I really welcome them. Also, thank you for tuning in today. Hope to see you here again soon. Hope you're working on your golf game, if it's indoors in the net or outdoors if you're lucky enough to be out playing, and get it ready for the season. So see you again here real soon. Thanks again.